Welcome to Jahtell Movies. And please guys, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment on the next movie you would like to recap. Aquaman. In 1985, the narrative begins in Amnesty Bay, a little seaside community in Maine. Lighthouse keeper Thomas Curry, Tamura Morrison, finds an unconscious woman, Nicole Kidman, with an abdominal wound washed up on the coast during a particularly windy night. He takes her to his house and provides for her. When she awakens, she is scared and bewildered, but Thomas is sympathetic to her and takes care of her injuries. She introduces herself as Atlanta, Queen of Atlantis, and the two start dating. Over the ensuing years, Thomas and Atlanta get married and have a son named Arthur. Everything appears to be perfect until one day when a group of Atlantean commandos storm their house and begin to attack with the aim of capturing Atlanta and delivering her to her fiancé, King Orm. Atlanta fights back and takes the commandos out, giving Thomas and Arthur and her time to flee. For the safety of Thomas and Arthur, Atlanta tells him that she must return to Atlantis, but she makes a promise to visit both of them again in the future. She bids Thomas farewell before diving back into the water, leaving Arthur with her 5-tined sea fork until later. Years later, we see Arthur as a youngster attending an aquarium field trip with his class. Two bullies start to tease and make fun of him once they spot him chatting to the fish. Then a shark starts beating on the glass, partially breaking it and startling the other people. They watch in amazement as all the marine life gathers behind Arthur, his eyes glowing yellow as he commands the marine life. 20 years later, Jesse Kane, Michael Beach, and David Kane, Yahya Abdul II, are in charge of a crew of pirates that commandeers a Russian submarine. The bad guys learn that they hit something, or rather, something hit them, after controlling the individuals on board. It's the adult Arthur, who is now Jason Momoa and is more commonly referred to as Aquaman, who comes to the rescue. He enters the submarine and begins fighting the pirates, quickly dispatching them all before moving on to the Canes. Jesse shoots an RPG at Arthur, believing he has killed him, but Arthur gets up unharmed. Jesse receives a chest piercing from Arthur as payback. Jesse is impaled by a torpedo as the sub begins to take on water. David begs Arthur for assistance and tries frantically to liberate his father, but he won't because Jesse and his son have killed innocent people. He pulls out a grenade and tells David to go so that he may go murder Arthur even though he still has time to try and release Jesse. As soon as David hears Jesse detonate the explosive, he grudgingly listens and exits the submarine. While David escapes aboard another submarine, Arthur saves the other Russian crew members. As he has done for the past several years, Arthur accompanies Thomas as he waits on the docks for Atlanta. When the two view a news clip about Aquaman's bravery in a pub, Thomas recognizes his son in it. He reminds Arthur that it is up to him to bring the kingdom of Atlantis and the surface world together. Then a gang of bikers approach Arthur, seeming to be looking for a fight but really simply looking to get their photo taken with him. As they get ready to meet with King Nereus of Zebel, Arthur's half-brother Orm, Patrick Wilson, and mentor nudist Vulko, Willem Dafoe, are in Atlantis, Dolph Lundgren. Orm wants Nereus to join him in an alliance in an ostensible effort to unite the other sea kingdoms, but Orm truly wants a justification to attack the surface world because he thinks they would attack Atlantis first. Although Orm refuses to recognize his half-brother or the fact that his mother lived among the surface dwellers, Nereus is also aware of Arthur's existence. A blast occurs just then, and a submarine launches an attack. When Orm and Nereus assemble their forces to respond, Orm succeeds in sending the sub tumbling to the ocean's bottom. Then, as they get ready to communicate with the surface, Nereus is persuaded to support Orm. The following evening, Princess Mera, Amber Heard, the son of Nereus, discovers Arthur as he and Thomas are leaving the pub. She informs Arthur that Orm intends to engage in surface warfare, putting the lives of everyone on land and at sea in peril.